Well, it's a joy to be with you at the beginning of this week here on this Monday. And it is a wonderful blessing to know as we go into this year, God is on our side. And God is able to do anything. 1 Corinthians chapter 1 is such an encouragement. The Apostle Paul was in a Greek-Roman culture there at Corinth and Ephesus, the different places that he ministered. And frankly, if we had been in that setting, it would be very overpowering to us. We feel that way right now. We have an increasingly humanistic culture. It's becoming more aggressive. We're seeing it not only in America, we're seeing it worldwide. But that's exactly the way it was for Paul. It was a worldwide Roman Empire. And there was more wickedness than we even know. I mean, it was just pure, ungodly paganism. And instead of allowing himself to be intimidated, he understood the greatness of his God. And in verse 25, we read of chapter 1, because the foolishness of God is wiser than men, and the weakness of God is stronger than men. Now, he's just using contrast here. There is no foolishness of God, but what we might even consider that is wiser than anything that man has ever come up with. And the weakness of God, which he has none, is stronger than our greatest strength. The point is, in contrast, God's wisdom and God's power is far greater than anything that is in our culture today. You look at some of the overpowering intellectuals that try to convince of really, anti-God, just really unbelievable type of philosophies. And as you see them influencing and persuading people, we need to realize that when God cuts through with his wisdom, he immediately melts that wisdom, quote unquote, of mankind into foolishness. And when man shakes his fist at God, there'll be times even now where God overcomes that. He works and puts one king up and puts another one down. But when he begins to show his power, the entire world will fall on their face before God. So it's important for us to keep things into proportion. Yes, the kingdom of Satan is very strong in our humanity. We look at that and it's big. But when we think of the fact we're indwelt by the Spirit of God and we're part of the spiritual kingdom of God, well, God is in heaven far above all principality, power, might, and dominion. He's won the victory. He has the authority. And we need to understand that God is not thrown by anything, and that we must look to him and to his word and understand what we have and not let ourselves be intimidated in any way. And I'm really stirred about that because I see churches capitulating to culture. I see colleges capitulating to culture, Christian organizations capitulating to culture because of the pressure that they feel. My friends, let's don't feel the pressure of culture. Let's sense the influence of God. Let's care to glorify him and please him more than anything else. And when we do, we'll see that God is indeed over all.